This is Dcroft, and with this win, he just made himself a cool $25,000 and became the best College Football 25 player in the world. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what he did on both sides of the ball to become such a dominant player where it felt like he was just able to do whatever he wanted. If you want to become better, this video is going to break down a lot of high-level concepts. So if that's interesting to you, let's get into it. Let's talk situation. This is the semifinals. Winner of this is going to go to the championship, obviously. We have Dcroft on offense, Low Balla on defense. We have Dcroft as Texas, Low Balla as OU. And Dcroft, like both these guys, very, very good to be able to get to this point, right? We are in the final four of the first ever College Football Live tournament. A winner of this bad boy gets a cool 10K, all new Nissan kicks, honoring Heisman house key, like some actual cool stuff here. And Dcroft, he's going to play college football in a very more traditional, almost like Madden Pro sense. We're going to have this bunch offset formation. He's in the Michigan playbook. He also uses in Oregon. And we're going to see here is we're going to have 4 receivers all on one side of the field. So we're really overloading this strong side right here, this left side, with then an ISO on the back side. What you'll see this ISO do, you can actually play games with him. I love situations like this personally because this guy could be on a drag route at any given point, or he could be on a speed out, or he could be on a deep in. There's a few different options for him that can just like pester the defense throughout the game. Dcroft here, 2nd and 7. He started the game off with a run, and he's actually going to try to go this corner route, but he just pushes it a little bit too far. So if we look at the route combo here, we're going to get a route combo that we've called in competitive Madden and college football double corners, okay? So we got stock fade. This is the play flood out of bunch strong. Stock fade, different than a streak. Streak's going to go more up. Fade's going to break out just a little bit more, and he releases very fast. Then we're going to go short corner route, and we're going to go big corner route. Then we're going to have a backside route. I think he goes backside in, and we're going to go underneath. So if we just look at this, right, we just objectively look at the left side of the field. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 routes all flooding this left side of the field, making it really hard for a zone defense to play this. And you can actually see it right here. Dcroft has R1 open right here. He just pushes it a little bit too far. But immediately, we see Dcroft get going with the good route combos, which is obviously a big deal. Just barely misses it, barely pushes it a little too far. That is one of the things, though, if you ever bounce between Madden and college football, I do think you'll run into some issues with the pass leading, just because it can be a little bit different. Now Dcroft can go to a slightly different play. Still going to be the play called flood, but now he's going to be looking to hit this deep post route. We'll see if he's able to do so. One thing I don't love about Low Balla on defense here, Low Balla has 1, 2, 3 down linemen. Nothing wrong with that. But if we look at the next level, look at this. There's a whole ring of area before you can get to another Sooner on defense. Essentially, the likelihood of there being a blitz that applies any kind of pressure to Dcroft is so low. Now, you don't need a great blitz to play good defense. It does help a ton, but you need some kind of threat of something, right? And right here, like, he gets good sheds, like he actually does, and he's able to get the stop, forcing a big 4th and 7, so good defense. It's just, in my opinion, in my experience of playing and watching and all this stuff, man, to play defense at the highest level, as we get their face cams here, you have to have a threat of a blitz, right? You have to have threat of a pressure, and we just don't see that quite yet from this defense from Low Balla. And again, you know, we don't see any kind of pressure. Right here, actually, decent defense. Let's see this again. You know, he's just going dropping 8. And actually, you know, all things considered, Low Balla, if his user is just a little bit more on point, he could cut this ball off. Instead, though, he's playing a little bit conservative with the user. Dcroft able to pick up that first down. And sometimes that first like completion in a tournament like this is what kind of gets you going. I've always been a very like rhythm player, where I can get very, very hot. Where I feel like I'm calling the best plays and I'm making every read, or I'll go the opposite and I'll be playing really, really bad. And so right there, Dcroft finally hits that ISO drag coming from the backside. And that's something where you'll see, you know, we talk about this in my content a lot here on the channel. If you never watch any of our other videos, consider checking out. We do a lot of tip stuff. And one of the biggest things I always talk about, man, is you gotta be willing to hit these backside drags. You gotta be willing to hit these backside drags. And right here, Dcroft going back to double corner. So we have deep corner, low corner, fade, boom, boom. Okay. Dcroft keeping things simple. If you have good plays, you don't have to mix. You don't have to be crazy. And right there, going to the corner route. Good swat from Lil Balla, and right there's a great use of the switch stick. So Balla on defense doing a good job here. Look where his user is right here. User's on Thornton in the middle of the field. Dcroft is going to see this corner route looks like he's getting open, right? Boom, wide open, maybe even a touchdown. Balla's going to switch stick, I believe, onto this guy and come down and make a play. Great switch stick. That's what the feature's used for. Boom. Good swat as well. And a nice little breakup on 1st and 10. And honestly, all things considered right now, Dcroft isn't playing very well on offense. He's made a couple, like he's had a bad pass lead. He got kind of a forced read here and there. Right there's a tough throw. He's going back to this play, though. Big thing with this is one of my favorite route combos in the game. It's a two-man concept where we go one of our receivers on some kind of flat. So this guy's on a flat right here. And then a halfback wheel on that same side. Now, Dcroft is going to push vertically right here, too. So potential seam streak developing. We'll see how this ends up playing out. And we're going to have that halfback if he wants it. He does. Boom. Halfback's able to get into the end zone. And this is just a tough one to defend, man. Halfback wide side. Got that wheel route going there. It looks like that's either double flat. That might be a man up. I'm not 100% sure. But the wheel's going to get inside of that guy. And it's just a very tough concept to consistently defend. And you have a good play here when this guy's going vertical for a touchdown, but then you have this drag underneath. You could hit him, cut up. You have a 10-yard gain right there. Really, really tough. Really tough. And that's where Lil Balla, and if you like what we're doing here and you want to learn more from myself and Dcroft, especially when we're talking about his exact offensive and defensive schemes, check out my website, civil.gg, where you get a full breakdown on everything we're doing on both sides of the ball. You'll be joining over 1,000 active members. And right now, you use code CIVIL30 and get a cool 30% off. I'll see you over there. You made Dcroft work so far. Genuinely doing a really good job. Very impressive in my opinion. Dcroft, I've just known, the reason I can speak very highly of Dcroft, I've known him since 2019. And obviously, spoiler alert, he wins this tournament too. And he's been one of the best passers in the world since I've known him. And right there, one of his more struggle drives, I think, at least early, a couple questionable things, but ends in a touchdown nonetheless. And here we see me. What's going on? Nick Mazesko, my dog. I love Nick Mazesko. A little technical timeout we had. So Lil Balla is one of those dudes who plays the game very frustrating on offense. Immediately, when do we see Balla in? He's in the gun bunch wide. We've had some content on this channel about this formation. I actually like this formation a good amount. One of the big issues you run into with these wide formations is that it's hard to pass the ball in these. Consistently, it is hard to pass the ball. Big reason for that is because really the main area you got to worry about all three of these guys attacking is inside, right? And so if they're all attacking inside, there's just not one of these guys can't break out on a corner route or something like that. But alignment-wise, they can't. And so you're a little bit more limited with this wide formation. With that being said, you get some really cool leverage opportunities on the offensive side of the ball when you're opening up the RPO game, the screen game, and the run game. Okay, Dcroft has a really unique way of attacking this, though. Dcroft in the nickel 3-3 mint. And what we're going to see here is usually you would count numbers. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 wide receivers over here. Dcroft has a DB behind this icon, so 1. And then Dcroft is taking a slot corner, this guy, and moving him in. So usually this guy would be in here. He's moving him inside. And there's a major, major reason for that. We'll see it as this drive goes on a little bit. We're going to see Lil Balla, the audible over to the slot open. Start off with a little run play, gets blown up. And that's a big part of Dcroft's defensive game plan. I think this is a big thing for anybody that you point against that hasn't really proven that they're a great passer, especially when they come out in more gimmicky formations like this, a little bit more gadgety, if you will, is that you got to force them to show they can pass the ball. So we got to stop the run at a high clip and make them pass the ball while not giving up free touchdowns, right? Make them work. That's the number one thing. There, Lil Balla able to hit Dcroft with a little RPO, and that's where it's like, okay, let's see. Dcroft has an idea going into this game what Lil Balla is going to do. Notice that. You see what he just did right there? Let's back this up. Back it up, back it up, back it up. We're going to watch slot corner on the right. Slot corner on the right. He's here. Moves him in. So, you got to think. Let's work this through. If this slot corner was right here, and Lil Balla called an RPO, and I know this is probably right behind my face cam. Can we even see this right now? Yes, we can. Okay. he would go, if he called an RPO, right? Let's say RPO screen. This guy's here. This would get blocked, right? RPO screen's wide open. If this guy's here, though, who can block him? Nobody can. So if there's a screen, this guy's just going to jump the screen and totally defend it. And he's so far inside, he's actually going to do a good job helping set the edge hard against the run game. And he could blitz, he could drop into coverage, all the other stuff. Ball is going to check out of this formation. He's going to go back to the same RPO formation he was just in. And he's going to go back to this RPO. This time, a little bit better RPO defense from Dcroft. He has this outside backer in a hard flat. Right here, just doesn't make... You'd like to see this guy. You'd like to see that play get made. You'd like to see that play get made. Dcroft a little bit annoyed by that. Rightfully so. And we're down to the 45-yard line. Low ball, moving the ball a little bit. And you see that same slot corner moved all the way in. It's just route combo-wise, man, it's tough. It is very, very tough to really attack out of this. And we'll see what he does here as he's going to drop back and pass. Now, this is part of Dcroft's defense we haven't talked about yet, and in 3-3-5 mint, is that we have a loop blitz happening here, okay? So we're going to go contain, rush, loop. This loop, if you struggle to block it, it is going to give you a bad time. Let's watch this looper. Let's go. Snaps it, boom, inside, looper there. Good pocket right there from Lobala, just nowhere to go. You can't drop back because contains, etc., etc. I will say you have a lot of routes break into the middle. You do have X breaking open. So, like, he is able to get somebody open on his first actual pass play. Just that pressure gets in, right? Forces a 2nd and 14. Dcroft loves to see that because also, now 2nd and 14, you're probably going to see Lobala have to pass again, right? And again, as part of Dcroft's game plan, that's what he wants Balla to be doing. He wants Balla throwing the rock. Let's see what he goes to. He's going to audible over to, what are we doing? Gun wide something. A little H-back action. Going to run the ball, and the run game just gets totally blown up. And you actually see Dcroft kind of overcommitting here to the run game. Notice what he does. Dcroft's on this high safety, shoots the gap, forces the cut back in. Easy defense, and boom. And that's one of the things where, like, if you don't think someone's a great passer, and again, big picture, Lobala makes it here. He's one of the best passers in the world. But in these ranks, right, it's like calling an NBA player who's in the league who shoots 30% from three, 33% from three, not a good three-point shooter. Big picture, that guy's one of the best three-point shooters in the world, top 1,000 in the world. In the NBA, 33% from three, not very good shooter, right? And so you're going to play to that strength. You're going to sag off, right? You're going to go under the pick. Here, same idea where Dcroft's like, you know what? I want this guy passing. His run game's decent. I'm going to overcommit. And this is where, man, I like this idea of a route combo. You just can't really, I think it's so tough to do. Dcroft gets that pick. Actually, good pocket from Lobala. Kind of break down the fundamental, like, he breaks down and gets away from a fundamentally sound route combo. He goes curl route, super deep, right? It's like right here, goes streak behind it. So the deep blue actually is getting pushed all the way back here. So you'd think, oh, well, who's defending this area? Probably nobody, right? Well, this guy's in a flat zone. It's 3rd and 13. He's in a flat zone, probably, around 10 yards or so. And guess what? Guess who's attacking this area of the field right here? Nobody. So if nobody's attacking underneath the flat zone, guess what this guy's going to do? He's going to drift up. And then this throw is so far, because it's so high and to the sideline, this corner's able to get there. And we can actually watch this in real time. I like the idea of the route combo just not able to get it, right? This actually looks open, right? But look how far of a throw this is. This is all the way across field. This is, 35, 15, 10. So 25 yards just vertically. And then, what will this be? Like, this 30 or something? Like that. So it's a 55-yard throw when you start counting across and up. This guy's already drifting back. This is that slot corner we're talking about because he has no one underneath him. The ball's in the air for so long, able to just jump it. Boom. That's a huge stop. And that's showing early, too, the game plan from Dcroft of make Balla pass, right? He doesn't have a great answer for the blitz. Doesn't have a great answer in terms of route combos, it seems like. And very early on, he gets behind the chains on that 1st and 10 that he got sacked on. 2nd and 14 didn't do anything. 3rd and 13 throws a pick. Dcroft in a really good spot now. Good news for Balla is that he's played decent defense, right? Dcroft going back to the same play. And I'm kind of a high-level adjustment. I'm curious if you saw this or not. So, Balla, how'd he give up a touchdown last time? Very similar situation. Flat, wheel was a dot touchdown, right? Balla this time is going to actually man up this halfback. A great way to help bracket any receiver that's giving you issues. See that man up? Now, technically, wheels can beat these man ups, but we have help over top. It's a tough way to make a living throwing this wheel. And then we have a QB spy right here. Look what this guy does. He actually does a great job of shuffling with this drag. So genuinely, this play, really good defense from Balla. My issue stays, though. My issue stays is that defensively for Balla, he's not getting any pressure, right? And if you're playing, just think about it in real life. If you're playing a great quarterback, someone who, a great offense, and you're not generating pressure, they might be wrong on a play call, but they're not going to be wrong on the play call 4 times in a row, right? They're not going to misexecute 4 times in a row. And again, notice how much time Dcroft has. Nobody in his vicinity. This corner out's breaking open. Able to throw the dot right here. No pressure, no anything. Kind of a bad throw, and he misses the throw. He actually, Balla gets fortunate. Dcroft has had some pass leading issues early in this game. That's at least the second missed throw I've noticed just from that. And again, like you gotta think 3rd and 10, dude. If you had some kind of pressure, something to dial things up, make Dcroft a little bit scared, right? Dcroft gets cheated on 2nd and 10. Then 3rd and 10, you get screamed at, make a mistake. Instead, though, we got no pressure coming here. Dcroft knows he could send 5 out even, right? He sent out all of his receivers every play. Goes corner route again. This time throws a beam. Same exact play. Boom. What Lil Balla's hoping to have happen right there, and I like this adjustment, is that he's getting this guy manned up. I think from this guy. Not 100% sure. Lil Balla is hoping, and it's now from the outside corner. Lil Balla's hoping that this guy is able to bag him in one-on-one man coverage. Just doesn't happen. Now, what's funny is that hindsight, this guy's the one getting manned up right here. If this guy was just in a cloud instead, he'd probably bag that corner route, especially if he switch-sticked it. But he's not. Goes man up instead, which I don't love the man. I actually don't think you should be manning that guy up. I'm just thinking about the route combos that Dcroft has ran. And so if we actually, let's think about this from a defensive, we're making an adjustment standpoint, okay? Let's go through the route combos that we've seen Dcroft call so far. There's 3 different routes at this point in the game. And again, this is hindsight, much easier to be in my spot than on the field. Dcroft ran this play with that fade. He's ran this play with that flat. And then he's now ran this play with that corner route, okay? I think you just leave this guy in an outside third. And then if he runs that corner route again, you switch stick him, come down. If he runs that flat, you let Dcroft throw the flat in 3rd and 10, I think. And you can also have help underneath with the flat route. Interesting. Again, very much hindsight, but just thinking it through. The man up, I don't know what the man up's going to really do. Because the man up's getting cooked by the corner route. He thought that man up would play the corner route, though, to be fair. But man up's getting cooked by the corner route. And if that was a flat route, who even cares about having the flat route manned up? You know what I mean? Leave that thing open on 3rd and 10. Let Dcroft play a 4th and short. So we have 1st and 10 right here. Dcroft going to drop back. And so that's kind of the coverage right there. He does it on the left side this time. Watch Isaiah Bond. Watch Bond. Isaiah. Boom, right? Switch stick to Cooper DeJean. And that's kind of how I would like to see the last play get played. Or play get played. There, Dcroft throws it away. Imagine that would have happened on 4th down. Because those are very similar plays. Not exactly, but very similar. Also worth noting, Dcroft on the conservative ball carrier. That is a big deal. Wants to make sure he does not fumble. And this is Ultimate Team, by the way. I should have mentioned that. Goes duo, one of the best runs in the game. Almost got a big pop right there. 3rd and 3. Here's a big opportunity, though, for Balla. Again, these 3rd shorts, especially this close to the end zone, just very hard to convert. I'm curious what Dcroft ends up going to here. And he's going to check into tray offset, a trips tight end style formation. These are very popular in these short yardage situations, passing-wise. And, yeah, so this is tough, right? We have flat, in. This is one of those route combos that's popular every single year. If you want a trips route combo, screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This is one of the ones, you can take this every year. every year. Actually had the in route early, missed it. Goes to the slant. Tough throw, able to hold on to it though. And that kind of, you definitely could catch that one. That one could have been dropped, but makes up for a couple of the missed throws Dcroft had, a little couple overthrows he had earlier in this game. That's a big catch though. That's tough for Baller. I thought Dcroft had a way better option with the in route, but nonetheless. Goal line on defense. Dcroft's gonna check into the speed option. And I actually think I told him this too. Is he okay? He's going stretch. I think we're gonna see speed option next play. I think the speed option is a scary call in this situation. I think the speed option is such a scary, scary call in this situation. Let's go back. Just because like there's so much that can go wrong in this play. The speed, I feel like they could just be weird sometimes. Able to score walk in, like easy touchdown. It's just and those speed options are really, really good in these situations too. It's just these are high risk plays. Of plays you can call, high risk. All right, we have a little bit of a different camera format right here, so apologies on that. But Lil Balla, he gets ball at half. Nice run right there. Oh, he gets ball at half. He's down 14. You're fine right now, all things considered. And I mean, you have gotten Dcroft to a few third downs where he did not look great. A couple of questionable balls. Like you can get a stop. I really do think though, the two things that Balla's got it like from this game, dude. It's like we gotta be able to be more comfortable passing the ball. We have to have more stuff that we can just go to and feel really good about. And then two, if we're gonna run that 3-3 stack, we gotta have some sort of pressure, some threat of pressure, right? Just make Dcroft be like, ooh, is he blitzing? Right? Because you get more things going on in your brain, you're more likely to make mistakes. Again, so we have this bunch wide right here. That slot corner splitting the difference. We'll see if he goes to the RPO ever, if we get to see how this actually plays out. And this is a big opportunity for Dcroft to just put the nail in the coffin too. We're going to see another inside zone. This one, I don't love this run a ton. And mainly the reason for it is that if we just go pure numbers, right, we have safety in the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7. And we're just going inside zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like, now, like, even if you're going to read option, you're losing a number right here. So I don't love the inside zone call, especially back to back like this. And you kind of see that we're like, you just have guys like every offensive lineman's block, and they're actually like doing a good job, but free. It's just like you just don't like, you're not playing the numbers game. A big part of I feel like running these wide formations is actively playing the numbers game, and it's felt like right there the play before kind of got away from that. It's just like, all right, interesting. Now 3rd and 2. Let's see. He's gonna stick in the bunch wide. Is this where we go to the RPO? You go motion in. He goes back. So he goes RPO, and there's the really good example of this, right? And he even tries motioning a blocker in to pick up the slot, but watch what the slot does at the snap. And this is why Dcroft is running this style of defense, where at all times, this guy's in a hard flat. Slot corner's in a hard flat. Bang. Boom. Gets it behind the line. And actually, he motioned a blocker in. This guy's blocking, but when he motions, he becomes a hitch. So he's a potential snap throw. Just gets him too close right here, so can't really do it. Something to keep in mind, though. Right? Because let's go here. Bang. And that slot corner just plays it. And that's the whole thing, right? Because that's a big part of when you run these wide formations, that's a big part of it. Especially the wide bunches. You want those RPOs. That right there proves what we've been saying all game. And what Lil Balla probably assumed, too, is that they're just totally shut down. We're going bunch wide side here. This is 4th and 4. And the route combo, I don't love the route combo. Pressure gets picked up. Yeah, throws it. And that's going to get a drop interception. Did he get screamed at right here? There's a 4-man pressure. Yeah, D-tackle in the middle. You know, I will say this. Both times he's called this play, he's had this backside in, like right around there. Like you kind of see it right there. That would have been hot. Like that would have been hot. Now, I do think it's a hard ball to hit consistently because you start playing that pretty easily if you're Dcroft. But like it's a good like right there, boom, boom. Now though, you know, if you're Lil Balla, you get ball at half. There's that. But you know, you're not in a great spot. And again, dude, like you're not applying any pressure on defense. Nothing weird. There's one time. There's the first blitz. As I said, there's the first blitz. He actually, I don't think this was a blitz either. This guy's made up to the halfback. Halfback blocks. This guy just blitzes instead. A little like green dog action. My football guys would appreciate that. A little loop. And so there's like that's how though. That's you just have the threat. Have the threat of that. And I don't even think that was planned by Lil Balla, because that man up, I don't think he knew that man up was gonna blitz if he blocked. And that was a good blitz. Like that loop was actually really sexy. Surprisingly sexy. So let's see what happens on 2nd and 15. Right? So you just proved like, hey, here we go. A little speed Dcroft up a little bit. There's a step up though. Really good pocket. And that's just another thing. Like, no, he's able to do whatever he wants. Right? 3-on-5 blocking. You know, this guy's pancaked. This guy's doubled. This guy's kicked outside. Boom. Easy scamper. And that's where it's just like, man, on offense too, you're in this situation. Remain calm. Don't do nothing stupid. And always note, if you're playing offense and you're calling good plays, right? And I'm so big on preaching calling good plays. You will have things open. There's always things open. Even if you look at this from a real life perspective, right? You're a real life football hoops kind of guy. The offense always has a massive advantage. The offense is almost always going to have different things open. The issue that will happen a lot of times is miscommunications, is poor timing on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback missing a throw, quarterback missing a read, quarterback not getting to that read, quarterback missing it early. Things like that will stop a lot of offenses, or blocking issues, right? All in all, if you watch a lot of pass plays that get totally bagged that result in no yardage, you'll see players break open at different times. And it's just on the defense for applying pressure to the offense in one way or another, changing coverages, actual pressure, whatever it might be, that disrupts a lot of that stuff, right? And I think the same thing applies here as we go to the 2-minute warning. Biggest thing for Dcroft is to go up 3 scores as we go into halftime, and you're sitting in such a good spot, right? Gets that duo for a gain. We're not going to see Balla OU yet call any timeouts, although he's getting close to like, hey, we should call some timeouts. Dcroft, I probably run the ball again right here. He could go pass. I mean, I'm curious. He might go pass. I'm pretty big on right here. This is absolutely a duo call, especially how good that duo's treated him so far. So I just go back to it again. And yeah, he's going to go back to the duo. Yeah, gets downhill. Easy gain of 5. There's the timeout from Balla. If you ever have duos in your playbook, especially from shotgun, I'm a huge advocate of those. Those runs are really, really good. We have a breakdown of the championship game of VA Dimes against Dcroft here. The title is something about Dcroft's offense. And they both run a lot of duos in that game. Really good high-low route concept. This is a basic 2-man, right? Whenever you get these 2-man route combos, I love them. So here, we talk about that ISO. He's going to go back on a little comeback route, breaking outside, a little underneath, high-low, that flat defender, hit him, and then Dcroft purposely stays in bounds and gets himself to where he can get another first down if need be. That clock's going to keep going. We're going to see Dcroft run the ball here for a second. Yeah, the run got blown up that time. 2nd and 12. Balla calls that timeout. Dcroft probably runs this ball. I mean, I probably just run this ball. I'm so comfortable just going up 17. Last thing you do here, like a pick 6, something stupid. Like, oh no, very bad. And so he's going to dump it down. Get tackled for 3rd and 2. There's the timeout from Baller. Hook 'em horns, brother. Hook 'em horns. We're going to see Dcroft checking the single back wing tight. Or, I'm sorry, wing pair. I'm not sure what he goes to. It was like stretch or something. Let's see. Go stretch left. Right. And that's a basic. And he's going to go down. No touchdown scored. And so this is a basic little numbers game, right? You have stretch right or you go stretch left. Easy stretch left is block, hook. And ideally, these guys work and are able to chip to the second level. Maybe even not. You just get a one-on-one with that backer. It's a tough tackle, especially in college football. And we'll see what happens right here. Do they work to the second level? They do actually. Yeah, they get to that second level. A little weird blocking, but nonetheless. Dcroft falls down. Going to milk the rest of this clock. We're going to skip ahead just a little bit right here. And Dcroft does end up scoring a touchdown. What's Dcroft do? Stretch. Yeah, easy walk-in. And perfect time management too, right? 10 seconds. Baller's not going to score a touchdown or anything like that. You're up 21 zip. Incredible spot. So, only thing we have going for Baller right now as we start the second half is the fact that we have 10 minutes left. So, it's a long game. 2, you have made Dcroft make a couple of tighter throws. And 3, we have the ball. Now, with that being said, we are in a bad spot, especially now we got to start passing. We have not shown a ton of life in the passing game. He's going to go for the long ball and actually catches it. So this ball right here throws it pretty much right on the break. Right on, like right here, give or take, is where he actually ends up breaking. And just cuts it off in front of these defenders. But kind of a good ball. This is almost a ball I'd like to see him, like, maybe get better at throwing or something. If you could cut this ball off, like, better. Because that right there, the DB could animate on you and just knock it out. But if you get a cleaner cut on that, or a cleaner rocket catch, cutting the ball off, would be nice. Almost need that post to run a little bit flatter. We're here, dropping back, you can go for the long ball, one-on-one. Boom. And that's where, low ball is trying to take some shots right here just a bit. I do think, though, now that I think about this offensive formation more, you do got to get this guy involved more as the ISO, right? You're spreading the field out so much. If you're going to pass the ball, you've got to get him just a little bit more involved somehow. Go over to the tight open. Dcroft, and big thing to keep in mind with Dcroft's game, he keeps things very, very basic. I think so many people try to make this game so complicated. So many people try to make this game so this and that. And it's like, man, call good plays and execute. Execute. If you, I say this to Civil GG members all the time. I always get asked, like, what do you think about this player at this spot? This ability, that ability, this upgrade and cut, that upgrade and cut, whatever. And man, like, that stuff's important. Yes, that stuff is important. But I'm telling you, if you spent the same amount of time on getting really good at really good plays that you did on trying to find what's more important, run block finesse or run block power, you would be so much better at the game. You'd win more games, right? Because here's the thing. I promise you, Dcroft does not know or care about what his pass blocking stats are on his offensive line, right? Like, for the most part, he really just doesn't care. I know I can say that confidently because I know Dcroft. And so I think that's something where people just get a little bit too wrapped into, and it's a time suck, man. There's only so much time in the day. Slot corner still splitting the difference. Low baller. Here's a drive though, right? We have a 1st and 10 now, and this is like your opportunity a little bit to get back into the game. This RPO kind of killed Dcroft a little early in the game. This time though, not really there, and able to do a really good job to stopping that run. A little loop from the backer, able to blow it up. Balla not going hurry up yet. And I do want to I want to point out, because I know Balla's going to get some hate because obviously this game's kind of a blowout right now. To get to this point, they had to win like 10 games in a row. Like, Baller's very good, very good at the game. I don't love the double corners on the right side without a clear out, but he goes back to the return route. I love return routes. That's from the gun tight open. That's a play tight end corner. Tight end corner, one of my favorite plays every year out of the gun tight Y off. And he's doing a good job. Goes hurry up here. Little inside zone, cuts it up. And this is big. Stop here. Dcroft just wins. You score here if you're Balla. Little life. A little bit of life. Dcroft stack in the box. You're going to go to that RPO read slide. Gets KO'd. Now it's a 3rd and goal. Ooh. And I'm curious how this one go. I do not remember how this goes right here. This is big. You need some kind of gadget, some kind of something. A little hard flat from the outside corner right there. And we're seeing time get taken. Okay. That slot corner still splitting the difference. Right? Doesn't look like he's sending a loop. And notice again, Dcroft gets on the safety that was here, brings him down. He's gonna really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people in the box. He's saying you will not run the ball. And guess what? You can't really throw his RPO. This guy is a little bit far out. Usually you like to split the difference a little bit more. And remember, that assignment from this guy is usually going to be a hard flat. You can see the motion in. See this little dot play here. Little zig, rolls out. Gets taken down, 4th and goal from the 4. And this is potential, man. I'm like, does he have a speed option or something like that? I don't think he's going to get this passing. And running's tough. Like, if you have like a speed option or anything like that you can go to, He's gonna go mesh spot. Okay. It's gonna be tough. You almost need Dcroft to have a little bit of lapse in coverage. Snaps it. Dcroft only sends 3. Takes off. And this was a really good play. This was a really, really good play from Baller. So steps up. Right? Nothing really there. He's going to take off. Dcroft sees him taking off. This is very hard to defend. So Dcroft switches on to this guy. Going to come meet him. Then as he's taking off, going to hit this little dot. This is a genuinely very high-level play. And this keeps Baller's life alive in this, right? Baller's now like, okay, only down 14. You got to think, it takes a D-line pick 6. It takes a sack fumble. It takes Dcroft making just a mistake, right? And you are right back in this game. 2 scores. I'm always a big believer. 2 scores, there's life until like the final seconds when it's a 2-score game. It really is just kind of how onside kicks are, especially you got timeouts. Like, you never know. I've won these games numerous times in the position that Baller's in just by staying alive. Now 2nd and 10, right? You kind of blow up that first down. Dcroft's got a pass here. You have an idea of what Dcroft's pass plays are. He's not going anything crazy. He's keeping things very basic. He's just executing. Let's go here. Watch this wheel. Watch this backside drag. He hasn't really done a great job of getting that backside ISO drag involved, but he is manually chewing the clock right here too. Starting to get that game clock down because the clock is his friend here. And there's that drag as he passes the QB spy and going to get that first down. So that's one of the things I feel like people don't realize, right? You have a drag, you get thrown here, you get thrown here, here, right? Drags are really cool because of how much space they actually attack underneath. And there's almost like you need like to defend that drag across the entirety of the play. You almost need like 4 zones technically, right? You need that first seam, the middle, that last seam, then the hard flat. There's so many different areas that you have to defend with him. And it could just be tough. Now Dcroft, another 90 seconds he can run off. Gonna go duo. This set of downs should take us to the 4th as he gets a first down from it too. Notice the run stick too. This is all left stick. All left stick. No tapping anything, no right trigger, bang, boom. This is what college football lets you do that you can't really do in Madden, is that movement. That movement is you're just able to make people miss real easy in the open field. And so this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Probably just go back to the duo. There's no reason not to. Even if it gets blown up, you're 2nd and 12, right? Let's see. He's going to milk it down underneath 30 seconds. There's that duo call again. I will say this. If you're Lil Balla, you know he's running. We got to get on this guy. We got to get on this guy, man. We got to get on this guy. Bring him in. Right? Just blow this run up. Beg him to pass the ball because you need the clock stopping. You need him to get in a spot where he can make a mistake. You got to get him behind the chains right here. And this time, they actually played great run defense. That'll take us to the 4th. 2nd and 11. Okay. Here's a little bit of life. Here's a little bit of a chance. And now Dcroft going to pass the ball. He goes that high-low on the right side. Has the in route from the halfback. Bang. And whenever you do these little high-low route combos, man, especially on the sidelines, it's just a 2-man game. You're just reading that one flat defender. There's one defender on the sidelines you got to really worry about. In this case, it's this guy. We have low route. We have high route. This guy's about to break back into a comeback around this area. So this guy goes high, we go low. He goes low, we go high, right? When you say it like that, it's pretty simple. That's because it's a simple game. Goes underneath, Dcroft stays in bounds. Let's go run another 30 off. Now Dcroft only about 10 yards away from making it a 3-possession game as well. This next first down is huge. Absolutely 4-down territory too, right? So this is I think this is a really good example of a game of doing a great job managing your lead too. I think Dcroft's doing a really good job with all that. Let's go. Oh, okay. We're going to get a little zoom in action here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, we're going to see Lil Balla on that high safety. 3-man rush. Gets a little bit of pressure. But there's that same thing, man. We're just going to high-low that right sideline. And it doesn't matter what you're doing everywhere else. You only have one, right? How many flat zones? Genuine question. How many flat zones do we have on the right side right here? This guy's deep. We have 1, right? So if this guy attacks this area, right, on a comeback route, this guy attacks this area. So let's just like map this out. We're attacking this area. We're attacking roughly this area. 1 flat zone. He can't defend both. It's easy. Like bang. Come back. Good. Now, this could be a tough throw, right? A little timing on that. Need a good pass lead, all that good stuff. But he's able to hit. That gets the, yeah, that gets things going a little bit more. The duo gets him to 2nd and 12. Really good spot, obviously. We now see ball to check into 3-4 odd for the first time all game. Dcroft goes to the duo. 3rd and 1. Let's see. Was he in 3-4 odd right there? Or did I just totally miss that? It looked, I mean, it looked like his back. Oh, he's okay. He's getting his backers out. Okay. It's essential. It looks like 3-3 Cub. Similar idea. Dcroft manually chewing again. Probably see him just go back to the duo. I doubt he passes. I don't think you pass in this situation. That first down, even the first down really isn't even worth it. For the risk of passing. And he will. Okay. He'll throw it in route. Kind of a scarier throw. See, I don't love that. Kind of a really scary throw. And he's just going to kick. And not like the scariest. And I get that pocket he's trying to hit. I don't love that, though. I just think the risk that comes from that, like a dumb, hit as you throw, something stupid. It's like, you can just be, this scarier throw. And the only way Lobalo gets back in this game is a pick right there. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, Dcroft can kick his 3. And we'll just skip ahead of some because Ball is just trying to stay alive. Ends up, I believe, throwing a pick right here. Let's see. 4th and 4. Crowds back. Yeah. Wow. Almost agged him. And that'll be GG's. Dcroft goes to the championship from this. We have a video breakdown on that. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want full schemes from myself and from Dcroft, a good friend of mine, you can check out civil.gg. Use code CIVIL30, get 30% off. The exact offense and defense Dcroft runs in this tournament that won him this bad boy is live on our site right now, plus a ton of other content. So if you want that stuff, go check it out. Link top of the description. You can get 30% off.